What's it like providing care for religious folks as a secular chaplain? It's a question I get quite a lot, and part of the answer lies in how it should be for all chaplains, or professionally trained chaplains, I should say, clinically trained chaplains. I know there are some folks that pop up and say, I'm a chaplain, and with no clinical training, and that's a whole separate issue. But for clinically trained professional chaplains, should always approach the person they're caring for in a way that meets that person where they are. So wherever that person who's being cared for finds meaning or purpose or hope, a professional, clinically trained chaplain is supposed to meet that person where they are and walk along that person's journey with them. So for chaplains, it's never about us. We are not pastors or ministers or priests trying to, evangelize or proselytize about a religion or educate about a religion or anything like that. We are there specifically for the person we are caring for. We see that person as being the expert on themselves and where they find meaning in life. And if where they find purpose and meaning is in a religion, well, we meet them there and make sure that they are getting the emotional and spiritual care that aligns for them. And so, also, if a person we're caring for does not want religion involved in their care and finds meaning and purpose in the arts or in nature or science or wherever that may be, we chaplains, we professional, clinically trained chaplains, meet that person where they are and make sure that the care we are providing aligns with that person and what is important to them. So if a person is religious and there are religious, maybe rituals or special religious prayers that matter to them, if we are able to offer those prayers ourselves, and many of us professional, clinically trained chaplains know enough about, a little bit about a lot of the religions. So there are some things we are able to provide. For some people, their religion requires maybe a specific priest from their religion to offer a prayer, or a specific, minister from their religion to offer the particular ritual. So what we will then do is use our network of resources to draw people in, to draw in the particular priest or minister that from that person's religion, whoever they need to offer that ritual for them. We chaplains will make sure we find what it is that that person needs, bring in the resources that they need to feel cared for and to get the comfort and support that they need. So if the person I'm caring for religion is important to them, I want to make sure that I am bringing in the resources that they will need to find comfort and meaning and support in ways that matter to them. And so that's how we professionally, clinically trained chaplains go about providing care for all people, is that we meet people where they are and make sure that the care we're providing aligns with what matters and what's meaningful and what's important to that person. So we're very different from priests or ministers in that we don't evangelize or proselytize or try to push onto other people, a particular faith or belief system or way of thinking. And so I should say this is the way it should be for for professional, clinically trained chaplains. As in every profession, there are those clinically trained chaplains out there who maybe their background is in, they have a particular faith or religious belief, and they can't seem to not be religious enough to do their job. So um, I, I don't know why that is, but some people are unable to not talk about their own religion. They seem to be unable to stop themselves from trying to spread a particular religion or bring people into a particular religion. But that hopefully is a small a small portion of professionally clinically trained chaplains who do that. I know there are those out there. I've worked with a couple myself who I've just thought to myself, I would never, ever, ever want you to be a chaplain of mine. No way, no how. So I do know they're out there. They should not be, though, spreading and trying to infuse their own personal belief systems onto others as they do the work of a clinically trained chaplain. That is simply not what we are there to do. And so the reason I talk about secular chaplains on this channel is really because again, all professionally trained chaplains should be caring for all people in this way. But I want to kind of lift up secular, humanist, atheist, non-religious chaplains. We're kind of sometimes called all of those things, but I want to lift up those of us in this profession who come from that secular background, mainly because I want people to know we're out there as a resource. If that would be helpful for them, I want people to know this type of care is out there. And the other thing, I understand that people who want religion in their care, there are plenty of ways for them to find religious care. This country is not lacking ways for, if you want religion, you are, going to find religion. But for those of us who don't want religion in our care, or who don't want religion in our lives, I just want to make sure that we know there is this resource out there for us, that there are professional, clinically trained chaplains with secular backgrounds who are it's very important to us that we are providing care that meets people where they are. And for those of us out there who don't want religion as part of our care, secular chaplains offer just the most wonderful resource for us, and to make sure that the people have care in ways that matter to them, and that they are not walking through things through life, navigating through life difficulties by themselves, but that there is a place for them to find support and care that's compassionate and inclusive, and make sure that they are not in this difficult time alone. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know in the comments if you've got more questions, or let me know how you're holding up, how you're doing. And I'm Ashley, your secular chaplain, and I look so forward to seeing you in the next video.